Welcome to the Podnas with Face, Pat, and Tiz.
I haven't even rolled up yet.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Podnas, a show with three friends separated by distance, connected by brotherhood, and using Zoom to have weekly conversations. Welcome to our conversation. This your boy Tiz up here with my boys.
Yo, it's your boy Pat here in Southeast Virginia, and down here with my homeboy. He's up in Blackstone. What up, Face?
Ain't nothing, man. This space right here, Southwest Virginia, apparel creator, property manager, doing our thing.
Oh man! And for those that are audio listeners that are not blessed enough to be the Patreon people that can see this right now, oh my God, y'all had to be here for the cold open. So if y'all gonna have to bear with me at the beginning here. Our take before this, man, we're gonna have some bloopers for y'all on Patreon, man. This is a classic.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest to our viewers and stuff. I fucked that shit up, y'all. But it was hilarious.
It's all good. It's all good. So basically, we gonna get into it, man. I don't even see no need in wasting no time. Face, what's our first topic for tonight, man?
First topic this past weekend, the major thing going on in sports was Mike Tyson and Roy Jones coming back in doing their thing. I saw the fight myself.
Yes.
It was pretty good. Not what people expected, but I expected just what it was. I had saw an interview before I actually watched the fight. An interview with Faison Love on a different platform. I'm not going to mention the platform, of course. I'm not going to get anybody else promo on our platform. But interview with Faison Love. And Faison's view of it, he was like, it's all stage. He was like, it's not going to come. No one's going to get knocked out. They're going to set it up so it can be a rematch for the money. He was like, so his main question, like, where the money going? And the question was, the money going to charity? He was like, okay, where's the pay-per-view dollars going? Every cent ain't going to charity. Somebody getting something.
Somebody got to get paid.
Yeah. I was like, that may be that's a good kind of angle, because at the end of the day, a lot of these sports nowadays are staged. Who's saying they can't stage boxing? They've been staging pro wrestling. You feel me? So after watching the fight, I couldn't see nothing that was held back. Tyson gave his all. Roy did his Roy thing. Roy's moving like Roy. I ain't gonna say Roy but old, but he still got the flow of Roy. They got muscle memory. They've been boxers for years and years and years, champions on champions. But from Roy, Tyson's power still ain't Tyson's power. It ain't to be played with. You can see what was hitting him in his jaw and his ribs. He was hurting Roy. He was giving Roy something. You feel me? He was giving him something. Now I'd love to see a good old Tyson knockout and Roy laying on that canvas. I'd just love to see. I would love to see Tyson come back with one of them vicious ones.
You heard me.
But Tyson was trying to set up for another exhibition. So I would love to see that second one. Also the same night. What's his name? Logan Paul? Knocked out the basketball boy? Knocked out Nate Robinson?
Logan Paul. Logan Paul.
Logan Paul.
Won that
Lincoln
fight.
Park.
Yeah, knocked out Nate Robinson.
Freaking Lincoln Park.
That was one of the most ugly. I haven't seen a knockout that bad since when Pacquiao got put to sleep like that. Like that was one of them ones where you was like, we might want to call somebody. Like that don't look like he gonna be all right after this. Like he gonna have some damage going on. Like he gonna dunk no more. I think that's it. That jumper gonna be gone. Equilibrium will never be the same.
I'm seeing that fight different than most people, because most people was like, yeah, Nate Robinson gonna give some. Why would you even think that? Nate Robinson's not a boxer. He hasn't trained for boxing.
I knew he was gonna lose. I didn't know it was going to be that quick. I thought he was going to be more on the, I get in there, the lights make me freeze up, so I'm going to back off more, so I'm going to be more of a posture, covering up a lot on the ropes, that type of thing. Mm-hmm. When he ran out head first like that, I was like, oh, man. Mm-hmm. The opposite to happen. He done went completely fight or flight. Them lights done went on, and he just I got to hit him. And he done went back to the streets, not remembering like this dude has been boxing professionally for the past 2 years. Like he's been literally training as a boxer. Like he's a joke online with the YouTube stuff, and he was, he was real controversial and all that. But when it comes to boxing, like he's not there to play. Like you play basketball. Snoop or somebody said that on the broadcast. You play basketball. You don't play boxing. Boxing is, and they went in there and got lumped bad. Now on the Tyson and Jones, though, I see it similar but different. I definitely see it as it could have been staged, you know what I'm saying, for the rematch. It would make sense, especially on the exhibition side of things. Like that's something that could definitely happen in an exhibition style fight. However, what I saw was one fighter that took it dead serious and trained as such. Like Tyson, when I watched them like little fake 24/7s they had for the fight, Tyson was in there with like electrostimulus therapy and like he was doing like some old next level stuff to train for this fight and get his body ready. Whereas Roy was just like, I'm gonna be he ain't gonna be good he ain't gonna be that good in 6 weeks anyway. Then that fight got stretched out and they gave Tyson more time. And I think the difference in training, the difference in mentality, and the difference in I am a natural heavyweight. I am built to carry this much weight. I'm coming in at 220 solid pounds, and this is what I walk around at. Like I had to come down for this. As opposed to I'm packing on quick muscle and quick fat real quick to get up to weight. But this is not my walk around weight. My walk around weight is 185, 180. So like Roy is not, he's strong, but it's a different level when you're knocking out 270-pound men for a living and you are pushing your body to its limits to get up to that at the end of your career as it was. And now you got to fight the baddest man on the planet. I saw Iron Mike beating the crap out of him in them ribs and them body blows taking the toll in the first half of the fight. And I saw Tyson say, you know what? I can hurt this man right now. We both old. Let me lay off, show mercy. Let him get off some stuff real quick and let him shine a little bit. It can be fixed, but I just saw two old men. One of them took it serious and realized if I keep hitting this man for real, it's going to get ugly. Let me just let him get off some shots and do a little, get his little moves in so that the people can, on pay-per-view, can get what they seen. And let me get him out of here. Because at the end, like, for it to be staged for a rematch, Roy didn't look like he wanted no rematch in that after the fight interview. Roy looked like he wanted to get the hell up out of there. Roy ain't cut his gloves off. Roy was sitting there like, did it hurt? Yeah, everything he did hurt. His head hurt, his leg hurt, his arm hurt, his head. Like,
did y'all peep that? Did y'all peep that interview where the dude was about to interview Roy and was like, "Hey, how do you feel about people saying that you might look a little worried or nervous?" And Tyson came in. It was like, "Y'all worried about him? Shoot, he's been boxing. I'm just now getting back to, but I haven't boxed in 3 years or whatever." And I'm sitting there like, "You might though. You might Tyson. You might though.
This
but the winner of the night was Snoop.
Go off on Boosie and TK Kirkland. But the white man said, "Man, ain't nobody worried about Goliath," and went back to Roy on his ass. And Tyson just sat there like, "Why you ain't get Buck on hell? Get all tough. You would be mean to Boosie and TK."
And probably camaraderie between boxers because they respect each other. That's what I feel.
I'm talking about the white man that was interviewing him, Jim Gray.
That guy. Oh yeah.
I be peeping the little slick talk, a little shade.
Oh, true.
You want Tyson like that.
But you got to expect the reporter to try to get Tyson to act as Tyson of old. But you don't want the Tyson of old to come back because that was an uncaged beast animal. Those are animals.
He said, "I want your kids." First of all, pause. Second of all, on no level is that a sane thought. From the disgusting to the disgusting, it's just no way to look at that as like, oh, that made sense. No, you gonna eat what?
This is what I remember of Tyson. Remember when he used to beat niggas up, and after the fight, he used to give him a kiss on the cheek.
Man, you know how demoralizing is that?
Remember that?
How you gonna go
Remember
home to
that
your
shit?
mama?
Nigga,
She
beat
done
your
get
woman.
beat up and kissed by this man on national TV.
That's what Bray Wyatt from wrestling took that shit from.
Yo, he was the
Which one
first
is
Sister
worse?
Abigail.
Which one is worse, yo?
I don't
The
know,
kiss.
man.
Definitely the kiss.
Goddamn kiss.
The kiss. I signed up for the boxing match. I didn't sign up for you to kiss me, sir. Sir, sir, look here, sir. Look. I feel you, man. Look, you done did all you can do with me, man. But hey, man, come on, brother. Come on, brother. Like we don't need to know each other like that, champ. It ain't gonna be all that. You gonna have to catch me while I'm knocked out to do all that. Like I'm gonna be with you on the handshake. Yeah, good fight, man. You got me, champ. You beat me up. Like I'm gonna have to go to the hospital for this. Oh, you want to? Hey, well, we're gonna have to just fight again. Then ring the bell. I'm going for the championship again because I'm gonna have to take these lumps. What you have to do is kiss on me.
That's some psychological shit right there. I'm fucking with your psyche.
No harm, and this gonna sound retarded. Excuse me. This gonna sound challenged, but yeah, my daddy ain't kissed me. I'd be dead gone if some random man gonna be kissing on me. I don't care if it is tight. I don't be gone. I'm gonna die on that one. I'm gonna stand on. I'm gonna 10 toes down on that one. Right there. That everybody got their line. That's my line. That's where it is. I don't know where it was, but that's where it is right now. Yeah, you ain't gonna kiss me.
He said, "I eat your kids," and then said, "Hamdu Allah" afterwards. Like he called on Allah afterwards. He called on his God after that. He said,
"They did put you in the headlock."
He bit off somebody's ear.
Yeah. You know, I had to be barbaric on him. It's just.
Oh, man, I still say he was right to bite that nigga ear off. I still say he was right about that. I'm sorry.
By who?
I may be controversial. I still say Tyson was right to bite that nigga ear off.
That's a big head to keep headbutting somebody. Nah, I'm not gonna say it was right, but what I will say is when Tyson complained the first time about you headbutting him, sir, you knew you was in there with Tyson. You know he's not a rash. At least back then. And now, I'll be honest, for the most part, he seemed pretty clear and lucid. But at that time in his life, he was not the most clear cognitively. He may not be the person you want to keep headbutting, and he don't warn you. Like he said, all right now, he took your punches, but hey, your head, he keep headbutting. I remember he kept doing like this.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay. Mm-hmm. And then next thing I know, the pit bull came out and it was around. Like that's how you know you deranged. Because at first I thought it was a mistake till he spit the mouthpiece out to get a better grip. He's like, oh, I ain't get him good. Hold on.
The bottom, the top was numbed up. I used to be rubbing on your ears, dog. You ain't feel bad. Let me bite this shit for real. Let me sink in. I can bite this shit off.
You told him.
What the old people say, gristle? Ain't no gristle right there?
Gristle. Yo, but the one good thing out of this was I feel like Tyson needed this and it cleared him up. But I was reading something about it, like him getting focused, it made him feel like he had purpose again. And I know as a man, that's one of the key things you really need, So
Big facts.
So I feel like I'm just glad nobody hurt. I'm just glad, somebody hurt, but I'm just glad that, he got it. He seemed like he got something for his soul out of it, because I've been kind of keeping up with podcasts and stuff like that. And he really gets in deep about himself sometimes, like a tortured soul. So that's one good thing I like about that shit.
That's dope that you say that. Like I can relate to that. Like I feel like that's what differentiates me. Like this podcast venture we on and like trying to build this Podnas brand. Like I feel like I can understand where he coming from and there where you feel like I need that. What's my legacy? What's my thing that I'm gonna do? Like I had this one thing. I've done that. What's the next thing that's gonna drive me? So I feel you on
my market history.
Heck yeah.
Yep. All right. Random topic that I was going to bring up or whatever.
What up?
And it's funny because Faith brought it up earlier pre-production, but that nigga Young Thug, man. Young Thug said he don't listen to nothing Andre 3000, and I beg to differ. Everything about him looks like Andre 3000. But what
Hold on. He said what? Can you get into that?
T.I. podcast Expeditiously.
Mm-hmm.
He was up there, and I just seen like a scene from it, and he said he don't fuck with Young Thug. Young Thug don't fuck with Andre because he feel like Andre likes getting his ass kissed instead of kissing ass, meaning that T.I. said, you did a song with Elton John, but you can't do a song with Andre. And he was like, well, see, the thing about Elton John is, this is my voice of Young Thug. The thing about Elton John is he likes to kiss ass. Like, he likes to say, hey, I like that song. Hey, I like what you did with this. He keeps up with it. He likes to kiss ass. With Andre, he said he likes his ass kissed. Like, I feel like he might have reached out one time and he had to go through the business line, protocol line or whatever. And he felt some type of way about it, but that's how he feel about it. But nothing about Andre, nothing about Young Thug and his music tells me that he never listened to Andre 3000. Not everything he do.
Oh, he did. He wouldn't even be able to get away with a lot of stuff he did if Andre hadn't came through with the furry pants and shoulder pads and the weird stuff back in the day.
And everything Andre ever did.
He personally
that was
Andre, my favorite rapper of all time. He personally offended me with that bullshit comment.
That was the first thing I was thinking.
He sound like a woman scorned. Like, he's not all that. Why you throwing shade, bro? You throwing shade, boo boo? Put your skirt down, champ.
Literally.
You got to do what you got to do.
Buddy.
You want a verse? Do what you got to do to get a verse. Do what you got to do. I'm sure people want verses from him, and he make him do what he got to do. Oh, well. You don't just throw a verse out just to anybody. Maybe Dre at the time you wanted a verse, Dre was like, nah, I don't know who he is right now. But
they talking about keeping
they've said
up
several
with people.
that Dre has commented on his work and bigged up Young Thug on several occasions.
Yep, I was going to say that. Andre said all he listened to was Young Thug at one time. So I'm confused about it.
I mean, I will say if Thug was keeping up with Dre, then he know that Dre is in a space where he's not really working with much of anybody because he's like he's trying to find what his new sound, like what he's going to do now. Like he's experimenting right now. So he not in the space to like really do nothing else. Like he in one of them artistic spaces where he's like filling stuff out or something like that. I read that like maybe a couple weeks ago. It was completely random, but if Thug was doing his due diligence, he'd kind of understand, I don't think it's personal. It's more just this dude is just in a different space right now. He's not working with anybody. Like, I don't think it's something like I wouldn't work with Thug. I think it's more, I'm not working with anybody right now. And I just, I get to you when I come out of this space. But yeah.
When I finish playing my flute in Manhattan, Soho, Manhattan.
You understand me? With my overalls on.
Yeah.
And my hard bottom dress shoes.
And my quarantine beard.
Big facts. With the mask, of course.
Liberated.
And a straw hat.
How can he play the flute with the mask, though? That's what I'm trying to put off to the side.
It's Andre, champ.
That is true.
The man got away with parachute pants made out of fur. Orange, yellow, and pink fur. And shoulder pads. And that was his outfit. And he made that work. No, I'm talking about before Caroline. This was in what was that? The Rosa Parks video, I think. It was either in that video or the Spirit on the Barbie video. I remember that.
Don't pull the thing out unless you pay the bang.
I'm telling you, he was in that Badu phase and he ain't never get back right. Like he was ahead of the time way before.
You mean to tell me you don't like I love what you are? I love what you ain't? You so Anne Frank? Let's go hide out in the attic for 2 weeks.
Speaking of love. So, call me a sap, simp, whatever. But I've been going through some therapy lately, man. And like I was having some issues with like feeling confidence and like feeling that vote of support from my wife, right? And it was weird. Like right after one of my sessions, I was saying that was an issue I was having. And then immediately after that, out of nowhere, like random later on in the day, I hadn't even talked to the wife about nothing. she just came and started affirming me out of nowhere and was like, I'm really proud of you. I see what you're doing with the podcast. I see what you're doing at your job. As a dad, like, I really appreciate you. Like, and it was like, you know what? That's why I married you. And it made me think, like, as a married man, like, I know, like, why I married my wife. I know, like, the trials and tribulations we done been through. But, like, I'm always curious as to, like, see, like, from other Black men, like, why are you into marriage? Why are you not? What are your thoughts on marriage? Like Face, why did you get married to the woman that you picked? Like, out of all the women you could have had in your lifetime, what made you know that this one was that? And then I guess for you as a single man, like, what has made you not deem a woman worthy of taking that next step with them up until now in your life? Either one of y'all.
I think it.
Yeah.
Well, growing up, I wasn't around marriage, so that institution wasn't something I was raised around too. So it was always me for me. But growing up, as you get older, you see other things. You were married before me, so I looked at that something as something I could say to aspire to. Because I like the union you and your wife had. I like the bond y'all had. I like that love y'all had. So I was like, that's something to grow old. Like, they don't nobody want to really grow old by themselves. You 60 or 70 years old in the house, you sick. You want to be somebody you can call on.
Big fact.
So, of course, met who was to be my wife. At that point in my life, I wasn't even thinking about marriage. You feel me? She, on the other hand, she said when she met me after we got together, she said she knew me. On the other hand, had no idea. It took me years and years to figure out of making mistakes and growing and maturing that this person was the one who was making me better and was helping me see things in myself that I really didn't see by just being myself. Because at that point in my life, I ain't gonna say lost, but I say not find myself who I found myself to be and who I want to be. If I and her and I created the family that we have created, I would be in a different space in my life where it could be a lot of negative things going on. You understand? Because most people would say a single man is like a dog off a leash. I don't look at men as dogs. You feel me? I look at us just like anybody else. I'm a human being, and I just found another human being to make me see how much better I can. So she helped me see the potential in me. So I felt that it was the right thing for me to take that step and take that forever bond. Because at the end of the day, when I am sick, that's the person I look to. Hey, I got a bad back. My back hurt. That's the person who helped me out. You feel me? So I mean, like, at the end of the day, I've had other long years of relationship. 8-9 years I've had a relationship with the same person. But never at that one point that I was like, yeah, that's the person I can see myself with forever. I can see her laying beside me when I'm all old and gray, and I'm like, I don't feel like you're not the bed, baby. So for me, and me believe that person would do it. This person I can't. I mean, with my wife, I can see her doing whatever she can do for me to make me happy, and I have no problem doing the same thing for her. That's why I try to go on my way to be the best husband I can be. I bite my tongue when I gotta bite my tongue, say the sorries I gotta say, and I try to make sure I go my way not to only make her happy, but make sure our relationship and our communication is the happiest it can be. I try to make a conducive environment for both of us to prosper, and it's because of that I think that she is the one. Because I in no relationship in the past, if I felt like, yeah, let me try to make this work. That's what makes, like, that's the difference. She makes me want to try. Times I look back on the mistakes I made, and I was like, damn, I was stupid as shit, dumb as hell to make the dumb ass mistake.
You need to put that on a t-shirt. Make me want to try. I like that.
Yeah, you feel me? Like that's the reason. You feel me? Like I say about everybody anything all the time, the same thing. Anything in life that's worth doing is gonna be hard. Nothing you do in life is easy is worth doing because it's so easy to do. Why do it?
Yeah,
I've taken that road of everything in my life. When I went to college, I went in with an architecture major, and engineering. I went to sleep every day in school and got a B plus. I switched my major next semester. Nah, I can't do that. This is too easy. Let me go to something that's totally opposite of what I want to do. Let me go to psychology. And that was the challenge. So I went with that. This is my challenge. She is my challenge. She's my forever challenge. Challenges me to become better. You feel me? Just like your wife told you the other day, she's proud of you for what you're doing with this podcast. Out of nowhere, I'm doing what I gotta do. Like, it's just normal for me to try to do this, communicate with y'all, because this is just like a secondary thing to me. It's like, this is natural. All we doing is conversing, but now we're putting it out to the public.
Right.
So for me, she's proud of me as an adult for doing something I'm just naturally doing. It just feels fun to me, and I'm having, and it's entertainment for me to do. That makes me feel like, okay, man, who proud of me?
Yeah,
That's
man.
the right one right
here. Yeah, man. I mean that.
Mhm.
I mean, I think, I think that's a lot of what I married Pooh for, you know what I mean? It's just, well, I'll be honest, man. It was a God thing for me too, like, because the literally the first date, like, we hated each other. And then the first date we went on is when I actually knew she was the one. Like, it was like on some happenstance, we ended up actually finally going on a date. Then when we went on our first date and actually hung out for the first time, I was like, oh man, you the one. And I think for me, like, we were the flip of you and your wife face, you know what I mean? Like, I was the one that was like, yeah, you the one. And she was the one that was more like hesitant, or like, you know, let's wait, let's make sure it's right. Let's, you know what I'm saying? Let's not rush into anything. So like, yeah, she the first one that made me try. I like, that's why I like what you said. That like before that, like, and she the first one that tried for me, you know what I mean? What make you not have deemed a woman, like what is it that makes you have not made that step with any woman that you've dated or been with in the past?
I mean, it's never really anything against the woman at all. Usually, I don't want to say, I don't think that, no, that sounds like it's like I have low self-esteem or something. But I don't want to think of me of having so much ego of saying I haven't deemed in a woman. It's just that I've been working on me. Like, I felt like I need to get myself straight before I bring any woman into my madness. You know, like that would be unfair to that person, especially if I'm care about them. I need to have my plan right. I need to know where I'm going. You know, at least have that going. I need to have a occupation that is at least supporting me, even if I don't like it or not. Like I have currently. You know, I need to be able to emotionally be there for her when she needs to be, and then that in the past couple of years, that's just me just building myself up into the man that I want to be and the man that I am now to even get to that point. Now, mind you, I have been dating here or there or whatever, but it's mostly a friend thing, you know what I'm saying? This and the third. Yeah, nothing too serious, pretty much. Not really trying to stress it. I feel like I'm a person, like, I just go off the woman's vibe. I mean, if the woman feels like that, then I go forward. You know, in some cases it comes situation or circumstance, or it just never got that deep. You know what I'm saying? We just, a lot of them we still just cool to the day. Some of them we don't even get romantic with it, but we just still cool. Like, matter of fact, like with all my exes, we're cool. I mean, even though I know my last ex, y'all know about, you know, we were going through our ups and downs, but we talked it out and we're cool. She checks on me from time to time. I check on her, everything. My ex before her, all of them. Like, I really don't have like a problem with women at all. If anything, I might be a little too comfortable, and I'm not pressing that button, that extra aggressive button to say, hey, come here. But I don't know. I kind of did that with the one I'm chilling with right now or whatever. But like I said, we're just friends and not taking it serious or whatever. Cause right now, like, and the great thing about it is that majority of the people that have had like an intimate relationship to that point or whatever, we were pretty much in the same situation. So we have an understanding, you know what I'm saying? Like, I never was like the one that really just jumped at and pursued. And y'all know that too, you know, like unless it was one that it just seemed like I have to talk to you right now, like in general. But like, I never really was the one to stress it pretty much. But I'm not, you know, you do have those times where you feel like, man, I'm fucking by myself. This shit is kind of lonely. You know what I'm saying? But at the time, at the same time, I'm more like, God will bring me that one when it's time for me to have that one. And
That's
that always proves to be right to me. There's a quote. I've been reading this book. I'm about to go nerd on y'all for a second, but it's a quote.
Go ahead, get the book out, champ.
All right. It's a quote. I've been reading, I'm an X-Men fanatic, right? In this book, one of my favorite villains, Apocalypse, Egyptian guy, survival of the fittest or whatever. He and all the mutants are living on this island as one nation, like on some Nation of Islam. We need to just find our own country and just deal with that. So they all, like even the villains, even the villain mutant. Yeah, is now they got a whole nation in this story or whatever. In this past situation, whatever, he is come across, they're battling this hellish dimension that took over his kids and his wife that he had before. So they're like going against each other. So he says this quote, like in the beginning of these X books, there's always a quote from like one of the main characters in the book and to start it off. And then as you read the book, you understand why. But this is what Apocalypse said. Find the most fearsome challenger in all of creation and make her your wife. Lie down at night beside your greatest threat. Make love to your fate. Apocalypse.
Well, Apocalypse a G.
And yes, he is in this.
You understand me? Apocalypse putting down them bars.
In this story, yeah. Like,
but you know what though? The nugget I took out of that is the challenger. Like, I think the key to to me, any woman that's good for you is gonna challenge you in some way. Like, they're not gonna be the one that like allows you to just do whatever you want. Like, you're gonna have to like, it's gonna be some compromise. It's gonna be some push and pull with them if it's actually right, because they're not gonna be about the bull. You know what I mean? So like, I definitely I feel Brother Apocalypse on that one for sure. For sure. That was deep. I also something you touched on earlier too is just when you said that you was working on you. I think that's the key too. Like, a lot of people will be like pressing. Oh, I got to get somebody. Let me. No. Most of the time, the right ones come when you're focused more on like improving yourself and making yourself be the greatest. Then the greatest ones for you will pop up out of nowhere because they'll sense that energy. They'll see that drive. They'll see that shift in momentum, and they'll be on the same wavelength themselves. You know what I mean? So you preaching that good word over there, young Pat. For the next quick little hit here, man, have y'all heard about Chappelle's battle with Netflix / Comedy Central?
Yes.
And have y'all seen the Unforgiven?
I seen that G move.
Yeah, I don't even know what to call it.
It's a G move.
Manifesto. I don't know, but Chappelle is becoming like the modern, like the real Black leader of our times, slowly but surely. And I know that sounds weird because he's a comedian, his trade is not that. But as far as somebody who is intelligent enough to both articulate in the masses vernacular and the vernacular of the elite, who is poignant enough to like really like, I don't care, I'll speak truth to power, and who has the mentality of like, I live on a farm. I'm not really that pressed about the big money that I can lose. Like, I'm more worried about doing the right thing. Like, people will come see me at my farm and I'll do shows here and still make my little money to be all right. So like, I've never seen nothing like this in my time. Like, there's been a lot of people that like, they say stuff, but they always like sugarcoat it or beat around the bush, or they tiptoe. Like, man called Netflix and said, hey, I need y'all to take that down. And his word and integrity is so high that Netflix, this $1 million company that normally would do business with Viacom, would do business with Comedy Central, was like, all right, we got you back. Keep on giving us your comedy special. We got you. We'll pay you. Like, that is, I've never seen nothing like what he is doing. And it's like, kind of like flying low key under the radar. Like it's big news, obviously it's in the news, but like on the day to day, you don't really hear people like giving that man his flowers. I just wanted to, yeah. What y'all think on that?
I'm saying it's feeling like in our time, he's feeling like a little bit Dick Gregory. You feel me?
Mm-mm.
As a comedian, you feel me, in that realm and speaking his mind as far as that and being intelligent enough to articulate it the way he does.
That's a big mantle. Yeah.
So, I mean, the stance he takes is a true stance, and he keeps it 100 in places that a lot of people won't or are scared to in his position.
Big facts. Yes, sir.
But he's like, I'm good. Like, I'm good. I can say what I want. What you gonna say? Okay, say it. Am I lying up? You can't say I'm lying because it's the truth. But you, man, I'm telling the truth now. The truth hurts.
I want to see what HBO Max gonna do.
Yo,
See if they're
well,
gonna pull.
yo, the power and his freedom that to say whatever the fuck he wants, yo. Just because the impact of him saying no to another season of Chappelle Show, disappearing and then coming back even stronger to the point that you can tell those people, hey, I'm not getting no dollars from this. Take that shit off. You know what I'm saying? And then put another business on Front Street. Like letting them know that these people are just businessmen. They don't care about, the art. They don't care about the artist. They don't care if I get a dime or if my family is eating off of my art. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like that because he's an artist. He's an artist with his comedy and everything. He's so strategic with it, and it feels natural. That's the crazy thing about it. But it's everything has a point. There's always it's going to be some little small thing he says in the beginning, and at the end it's going to hit you even harder. Like and then he could just simply talk about stuff. That wasn't even a stand-up.
That's what I was like. I don't know what the call is. It's not a stand-up special. It's just like he got up there and just was like, "Hey,
that's the power of his freedom."
What it is. But
I'm gonna got a truth real quick. Come on here.
He captivating. Like literally from start to finish, I couldn't stop watching, and he was like not making me laugh at all. I was just like, "Tell me more, Dave. What else they do, Dave? He did that, Dave." Like by the end of it, I just wanted to rally with him. Like, well, I ain't watching it on. I hadn't watched it on Netflix anyway, but now I'm definitely not gonna pull it up because I was definitely thinking, but I was like, "Oh, they done made it easy. Oh, we about to get back in." Oh man, I was about to get my Tyrone Biggums on.
Yo, remember when they used to call me Chappelle at ODU? I used to be offended. I used to be offended at that shit. I'll take it as an honor now. I'm honored.
I mean that.
Last topic. I wanted to bring this back up or whatever because when we first talked about it, and I'm talking about Juice, I said Juicy. Gucci versus Jeezy. Oh, by the way, yo, Juicy J. Juicy. Yeah, I'm gonna tie it back. I'm gonna tie it back. Juicy J got a new album out. That shit hard though. Anyway,
you was just thinking about OJ the Juice Man and Gucci.
I was combining Jeezy with Gucci. That's what I did. But Jeezy versus Gucci, yo. Like, I think we really need to give Gucci a little bit more flowers because we kind of just like, I feel like both men came there and won the contest they were trying to win, pretty much. Oh, like on the musical tip, I feel like it was Jeezy, but I feel like Gucci kind of won Atlanta, just like off of what I've been seeing and expressing, and people like as far as like the whole story behind it in general or whatever. Like I kind of want to give him his flower. Like if I took it from the perspective, if I was Gucci and somebody came at me and they pat and then the person that sent that man want to talk to me now or whatever, I'm going face to face and I'm allowed to say my truth in front of them or whatever. I don't care if I won anything, you know, I was able to say, hey, I did this. You know what I'm saying? If I go at it at that perspective or whatever, I gotta give Gucci his flowers. Like
I'll roll with
something.
you on that. I definitely think they both won their prospective fan bases. Like if you were a fan of Jeezy going in and you were a fan, like you've grown with him and you're on that grown man vibe, then you got exactly what you wanted to see from him. If you are more of a trap mentality and you was like, man, F that. Hey, bro, you sent somebody to try to kill me, man. So, you know, if you more of that mentality, it's like, hey, once he go to that level, it's up. You kind of got what you wanted. I think the cool part is at the end of it, they you know, dapped up and did the icy. So that was definitely a moment. And I think with all that's going on right now as far as violence, I think that was a cool moment to kind of just like show like, hey, man, the old dude can do it. And they've been beefing for almost 20 years, man. Go ahead and let this. So, you know, that was cool. But Gucci got mopped on that. So, man, them hits, boy. Geez, down with them hits. That boy said, man, play something from this. Play something new, man. You got all them old hits. He was like, man, but they all classics, though, man. Hit me with a bam! Another one from 02, smacking your face. Oh, the 05, smacking your face in. Kicking his butt with them hits, man. Them hits wouldn't stop. I was like, every time another horn drop, oh, he got him again. Oh. And I love Gucci. But I don't love him like that, I guess. Because he was playing, I was like, well, you dug this one out the crate, did you, with this? It must be this for you, this for your real fan. Like my cousin Christian might have known this one, but I don't. You missed me with this one, champ. I'm gonna go ahead and give me a drink real quick. I'll be right back. You know, hit me up when they go to the next round or something. You know, oh, Jeezy back on there. Guess who's that? Oh, I mean, it was bad. It was bad, bro. It was bad in this household for the Gucci, man. I love Gucci and what he stand for, but when it came to that verses, man, he was bad.
Yeah. I'm only bringing it up.
He had to pull out that last, like he had to pull out the disc at the end. Like he had to go there, because if not, imagine if you done got beat down with these hits and you don't even address that. Oh, man.
Yeah, boy.
Man. You might well not come outside no more, man. Send your wife out here to fight for you, man.
That is
Gucci
true.
was like, look, what I ain't gonna do, you ain't gonna beat me with these hits and think I ain't gonna beat you, gonna beat me with the gangster stuff. What you ain't gonna do is keep sitting over here looking like everything's sweet. Hold up. And I dig him up and do it again. Look, he was all happy after. He was like, off my chest. Sometimes it's just about that. Sometimes it's real quick.
Oh, yeah.
That's what Jesus said. Jesus was like, I don't know what that man was feeling, man. I need to get it off his chest.
And the end result was one of the greatest moments in hip hop history. In general, like,
and they broke every record.
Every record. They were beating awards.
If nothing else, let's clap it up for them getting Tekashi out of here, just to get his name off of anything we can get it off that it's stained. Let's continue to do that.
Real nigga shit remains.
I mean that. Hey, let's get your name right off the record books. Thank you, Jeezy. Thank you, Gucci. Now, somebody else gonna take it, that's fine, but he won't have it. Now I feel better.
Now I like to go into something. My topic is a bunch of little, because we're gonna talk about stuff. Okay.
This is gonna be awesome.
Number one thing that pisses me off: when the fuck did toilet paper prices go up? When did they become expensive to wipe your ass?
What kind of toilet paper you buy?
Double.
Remember the prices before COVID. And look at the prices now. They went up a good percentage.
I mean, that from 99 cents to 109, it ain't that bad.
That is true.
I get that Walmart brand with the black. You get like 57 rolls. You get that 57 rolls for like $13.
So exactly. So just think of this. if Walmart went on their own brand, only 10 cents, and they also tax their own money once you go across the line. So they're getting double money on top of that. So when another vendor comes in, Walmart's taxing you on top of their money as well.
I got what you're saying.
So
I'm picking up what you're putting
the
down.
money, you feel me? So when the fuck did it become expensive to wipe my ass?
Wait, I got a question. So y'all Walmarts have toilet paper? Because every time I go to Walmart, it might be you lucky to see one.
Yeah.
Champ, you got to remember, man, you live in a more, compared to us, you live in a more urban area. Like, Face, he live out there in Montana, in Butte, Montana somewhere, in the middle of the sticks, out there where the Unabomber's old shack is. And then, me, I live in a small town. So, like, there ain't but so many people out here wiping their ass. So, it's gonna be a little toilet paper around. You can find it. It ain't that hard. Especially now. Now when we first got on quarantine and they had everything, like the announcement first went out, like, hey, oh no, we had to stock up ASAP. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom came down, we went to Sound Club, we bought everything in bulk, and we was loaded up. But I'd say, man, to be honest, after maybe the first month, we was good on the toilet paper and the main essentials, and then the Lysol and came back. Now we can get a little wipe every once in a while, a little spray. You got to get one bottle, but you can get it. You know what I mean? We out here disinfected up. You know what I mean? Two-plied up. You know what I mean? We all right on that, champ. But I didn't realize that. I mean, it did go up, but I didn't.
You gotta pay attention to it. Second thing that ignorant.
Huh?
Ignorant
people. True.
Ignorant. Not dumb people. Not intellectually, but
people that don't know.
Motherfucker.
So people that don't know.
In other words, ignorant. No, just ignorant motherfucker.
So they know, but they don't know.
Yeah. Just ignorant. You feel me? That's why I personally like to stay in the house. I don't like to go outside, but you gotta go outside because you gotta go to work. So I do a lot of ignorant motherfuckers.
Like people that could know, but they choose not to know.
Yes.
Yeah. People that cut you off in traffic with no signal and then look at you mad like, what you doing? Like, what am I doing? I'm driving into my lane. What are you doing?
Like a nigga break the rules and get mad at you because you enforce them. Nigga, you know what you were doing. You read the sign.
Third consequences come with this.
I didn't tell you to do that shit. I didn't want you to do that shit. Third thing that pisses me off. And everybody kills me on this shit. Last thing, third thing that pisses me off, everybody feels me with it. Kids. Spoiled kids. Ain't nothing wrong with spoiling your kids, especially little black kids that need to be spoiled more because there's too many out there that's not. But god damn it, when the wall spoiled, god damn. Boy, my kids, 6 and 3. 6 and 3. My 6 and 3. I love them to death. But do I want to just body slam them through a little fluffy couch sometimes? Yes, I do. But I still love them to death. But do I want to body slam both of them? Yes, I do as well.
Well, my son, man, like he be on like the last nerve be right here, and then he be like tap dancing on that one, ready to belly flop on the empty void that is left. Like it's crazy. And then he give me the look, so I can't be bad, but like I be bad, but then it'd be like he'll do some silly stuff, or he'll look at me all cute, and then I'll be like, yeah, I feel you on that one. You hit a nerve with that one, yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's like I'm mad at you for being spoiled, but then I'm mad at myself for spoiling you. But I feel bad if I don't spoil you because I want you to have everything that I ain't get to have. So then I'm like in that tight spot. Like then when I don't, like, yeah, you don't deserve Christmas because you've been sitting here having a bad attitude and fussing back and talking back to me and your mama. But then if I don't give you a big Christmas, then I'm gonna feel bad. So now I don't want to be sitting around feeling all sad and guilty because I got to look at your sad face. I gotta love you. Stupid feelings. For people who cannot see what's going on right now, if you look like, oh my God, past face looks hilarious. This is hilarious. His eyes is just like I don't know what's happening or whether somebody about to kill him or what. But if his feed go out, just know we got it on camera. We got to record it. We will be able to give it to the authorities on your behalf, sir. But you look very terrified for saying, I don't know whether a big spider was swooping in or whether you saw Jason or what, but that look of horror, what in the world is happening?
Girl, no, it was cool. People moving around, they didn't want to interrupt. That's all.
Oh, okay. I was like, what? Oh my God, boy. Well, yeah. Before we head out tonight, guys, gotta let the people know on behalf of the partners. We got new content that's about to be dropping. We got new merch that's about to be dropping. Please stay in tune with our website. Check it. You will be seeing new stuff coming from us this week. We got a battle rap blog that's gonna be coming out weekly with me, where I'll be reviewing battles, talking about the latest topics in battle rap, just giving you a hot take on it. You may see the partners on there as well. So yeah, look forward to that. We got new merch. Face, tell them about the new merch we got.
Oh yes, we got new hoodies, new mugs. Actually, new mugs. We're coming out with new tote bags, reusable shopping bags for people to and from your local supermarkets like Walmart, Food Lion, Target. We have the bags for you on the website as well. We will also be coming out with sweatsuits soon, tops and bottoms, and still looking out for those face masks coming.
Yes. And on top of the partners merch, repping that Face and Co. Please make sure you go support.
Oh yes.
Like literally dozens of designs up already. Hoodies, shirts, long sleeve, short sleeve, whatever you need, whatever climate you live in, you got it. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, get the models. You know what I mean? Go pick you up a Tiz hoodie. You know what I'm saying? You might see a shirt out there. You know what I mean? Like, so look out for it. Represent. You know what I'm saying? Support. The more you guys support, the better we are able to eventually, hopefully, you know what I mean, do this full time and be able to really invest more energy into this. So support your boys. You know what I'm saying? If you got new content that you want to see from us, leave a comment on whatever platform you're listening to, streaming this from. Check us out on all platforms. Check out YouTube where we'll see new content rolling out from us weekly on there. Check our social media accounts. We're on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, anything that you can find us on. Look for the Partners Podcast. We out here. Pat, what you got for him, man? You got anything that I'm missing?
Oh, we pretty much covered all the social media and everything too.
Okay.
Yep. So just
check social media too, man. We drop content on there as well. So you know what I mean, if you like to laugh, if you like to just continue to see and hear our perspectives outside of the podcast, can't get enough of our content, you can stay in touch with us that way. That's all I got for y'all this week. Face, Pat, anything else before we sign off, guys?
Please. If you do listen to this episode, you gotta re-listen to the beginning with Pat.
Oh my God, yes. And Patreon. If you sign up for our Patreon, you are about to get a treat when this video drops. Oh my God. And your boy is learning video editing, so you may see some funny cuts and remixes coming out with some of the blooper reel. So look forward to that on our YouTube and Patreon. As always, it's the Partners. On behalf of the Partners, it's your boy Tiz. We out.